Hey, what's up guys, Boss Fang here. Today we're going to be ranking all the 13 coasters at Hersheypark. So let's get started. Alright, at the number 13 spot we have Wildcat, which is the park's GCI coaster. Yeah. See, this is my least favorite GCI coaster I've ever ridden. It's also my least favorite wooden coaster I've ever ridden because it's so unbearably rough. Yes, I mean, the only reason I say that is because I haven't really risen Grizzly at King's Landing, because that's why it's like overall rougher than this. Well, probably when I do, I'll consider that to be the good least wooden coaster, but for now, this one is. And anyway, this is not a ranking of my worst coasters video. I've already done a video like that on their channel, so make sure you check it out. But apart from that, what I hate most about this coaster is the fact that it makes weird seal noises on the final brake run. And the whole layout is just garbage. The only good part I had was actually the first drop. I mean, I love roller coaster drops personally. They're really good. But, oh no, it's just not my favorite ride. Coming in number 12 is the Koko Booster. So you think this kiddie coaster might be placed behind Wildcat since it's a kiddie ride normally placed those at the last. But I actually liked this kiddie coaster a lot better than I thought. First of all, it was raining out, which added to another factor that I couldn't miss. It was actually some sort of water coaster, which actually gave a step up of Wildcats, and that ride is garbage. But this ride is unbelievable. Not unbelievably good, but I just like the rain ride on it. So hence, this is why I rank it above Wildcat. At number 11, we have Wild Mouse, which is the Mack Rides Wild Mouse coaster. And overall, it's my favorite Wild Mouse coaster I've ever ridden up to date, apart from Dark Knight coaster at Six Flags, which is the only other one I've done. And the Dorney Park Wild Mouse, so forget about that. But this one is okay, and it features a good layout, and, well, no, it features a good layout. It's a Wild Mouse. But I do like the extra padding on the T-bar separating the riders so you can't slam back and forth. But since it's Wild Mouse, I can only place it so high because, for that reason alone. Yeah, well, let's start off the number 10 spot with the Trailblazer, which is the Aerodynamics Mine Train coaster. And as of right now, this is my favorite mine train up to date. My second favorite one is Adventure Express at Kings Island, and my third favorite one is Cedar Creek Mine Ride at Cedar Point. But this one definitely impressed me. Now, it might be a short ride, but it's not rough or anything. Perfectly good ride. You actually see a lot of Hersheypark as you go through it. You can get to do a Storm Runner, and then you can also get to do a Sidewinder, which is actually what the number 9 spot is. Yes, at number 9 we have Sidewinder, which is the Parks Vekoma Boomerang, and as of right now, my second favorite boomerang to boom, my first obviously being in Vertigo at Kings Island, tied with Stinger at Dorney Park. But this boomerang was pretty impressive. It's really rough and all, and you don't really get a headbang on it. And it's actually a little more forceful than the other boomerangs because the Vekoma Vector strings actually have even more padding on them than we used to, making the first full Cobra roll a lot more forceful. And since I don't really like Cobra rolls that much, this was a big step up. This was like one of the Cobra rolls that I actually liked when it goes here. And not surprised. At number 8, we have the Super Duper Looper, which is the Schwarzkopf shuttle coaster, whatever that is. This Schwarzkopf is actually the only Schwarzkopf I've ever ridden, I believe the only one in Pennsylvania, to be honest. Other ones you find at Texas, Chicago, Texas, you got Shockwave, and also you got the new Revolution at Six Flags America. But this one definitely impressed me, even though it was the only one I've ever ridden. I really like the loop, and I also like the fact that the train goes through the loop, which is really cool. And I also like the fact that it interlaces with the Great Bear in the background. See that inverted track right there? So yeah, Super Looper's all right. It's pretty decent for what it is, and yeah. At number 7, we have Conant, which is the park's PTC wooden coaster, and believe it or not, this is actually the oldest coaster in the park, so it definitely has historic value, and it's also a pretty smooth ride. It's not really rough at all. It's definitely better than Wildcat. No, it's still kind of rough. The only major problem I have with this is that on the last hill, like I said, is a bit rough, unfortunately. But hey, it's no problem. I mean, I've experienced worse, including ones in the same park. Yeah, Wildcat, take that. And the drop is also pretty good, and I like the location being located right next to Skyrush. We can't really see it in this image, but it's a pretty good one. Now, at number 6 spot, we have a very fun coaster. This is Laugh Track. I don't know what company this is from, but we'll find out later. Yeah, Laugh Track is an awesome ride. This is basically one of the spinning coasters, and it's similar to the Pandemonium at Six Flags New England and Six Flags over Texas. But I just love this because it's a dark ride, and yes, this is the only park indoor coaster, which, considering if you're out on the hot summer day, this would be perfect. I will warn you that the lines kind of get long, but eventually I made it and I got to ride it. So now we're moving into the top 5, and one of these coasters are made by B&M, 3 of them are by Intamin, and 1 by GCI. And at the number 5 spot, we have Great Bear, the B&M inverted coaster. And this is honestly my favorite B&M invert to boot. This is honestly a true classic invert. And what I like most about this B&M invert is the 0G roll after the first loop. See that loop right there? There's a 0G roll right after that. You can't really see it, but it's there. And I also like the color scheme being black, representing a black bear. So definitely, and I also like the scenery being located right next to a river. You can't really see it in this image, but there is a river that you can go by. And I actually got a front row ride on this when I went to Hersheypark last time, and it was unbelievable. So yeah, Great Bear definitely is a good ride for you. Moving on to number 4 is Lightning Racer. This is the park's dueling GCI Woody, and yes, this is my favorite wooden coaster at the park. It's actually this is the 3rd wooden coaster at the park, and it's definitely better than Wildcat because there's 2 GCIs, and this is the better one. Not only is it smoother than Wildcat, but at the same time it's dueling, so I'll just like to put dueling coasters in my top 5 for every park ranking. And this one definitely impressed me. I got to try both sides to do 2 credits because I'm a big coaster enthusiast, and I was lucky to maintain this credit. Definitely worth it when you go to Hersheypark. So now we made it to our top 3, and all these coasters are made by Intamin, and all of them are amazing. And number 3, we have Fahrenheit, which is the Intamin Spaghetti Ball coaster, built in whatever year, I don't know. Man, Fahrenheit. You gotta be joking, kidding me. Everyone says they hate Fahrenheit, but I actually adore it. It's like Intamin almost tried to make a girl out of a Eurofighter. What the heck? First of all, you got a first drop, and then it's swim you with wild rides, with inversions, in-moment loops, everything. It's absolutely clear. Now there is no vertical loops on this ride, but I don't care. It's still a good ride for what it is. I just love the whole. If I had to nitpick, the corkscrew at my end was not really good. Could actually give me a teeny bit of headbanging. Apart from that, this ride is phenomenal. Like, other than the other 2 Intamins, I will say this is the weakest Intamin, but this is definitely good for what it is. So if you want to ride a girl style coaster, kind of do this. Alright, kicking off the top 2, we have Storm Runner, the Intamin accelerator coaster. Now let me tell you something. Storm Runner might be short, but it's incredible. And this is definitely a place where quality beats quantity because the inversions, everything is so good. Right at the back, you're starting with the launch. I don't even know how many miles per hour it is, and then you go to a top hat, which sends you downward into a big cobra loop. This is one of the 3 inversions right now. And then you go to a serious flying snake dive, which is 2 inversions, and it's a heartline roll immediately followed by a half inland roll. I love that. And then you just pretty much go through rapid transition. It also reminds me of Intimidator 305's rapid transitions. Truly something to behold. Storm Runner was just epic for me. I don't know. And I also like it being themed to bad weather conditions. So if you want to ride this in bad weather, go for it. And now we've come to Sky Rush at number 1, and this ride is just legendary. Yes, it's in my top 10 right now, and it's surely something blew away. This ride is so fast, so forceful, and so fun. Now, there's only one major complaint about it, and that is the restraints. Unfortunately, since the ride goes so fast, the restraints actually lock down on your thighs pretty hard, which makes the name considered to be known as Thigh Crush, which I think is kind of true. But other than that, it's a phenomenal ride. I love that you're going full force throughout, and I also like the way you can switch directions every single time. It reminds me of Intimidator 305, switching directions, and it's truly a sight to behold. And make sure you ride it definitely when you go to Hersheypark. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much all the coasters at Hersheypark ranked. Next time I'm probably going to do Busch Gardens Williamsburg, so make sure to stay tuned for that. And yeah, guys, see you next time. Boss Ranking out.